In Shelby, North Carolina, 9-year-old local Asha Degree disappeared on February 14, 2000, after she went out after leaving her home, walking out the front door at 4 a.m. with her backpack with clothes and personal items into a dark, cold, rainy night. Several motorists spot a small figure walking along North Carolina Highway 18 just north of Shelby. 2 drivers, including a trucker, report seeing a young girl in a white long-sleeve shirt and light pants walking alone in the downpour. When one driver turns around to check on her, she runs off the road into the woods. That's the last confirmed sighting of Asha Degree alive. At 6:30 a.m., Asha's mother, Ikila, goes to wake her children for school and discovers Asha's bed empty. Her backpack and some clothes are missing. Within hours, neighbors, police, and hundreds of volunteers are combing the woods and roads near the Degree home. Over the next 2 days, searchers find a few of Asha's belongings: candy wrappers, a pencil, a marker, and a yellow hair bow, near a roadside shed about a mile from where she was last seen. Inside that shed, they also find a photo of an unknown little girl, but Asha herself is nowhere to be found. For over a year, the trail goes cold. Then, in August 2001, construction workers dig up a plastic bag off Highway 18 in Burke County, about 26 miles north of Shelby. Inside, a second plastic bag, and inside that, Asha's book bag, still packed. Among her belongings, a Dr. Seuss book checked out from her school library, McElligot's Pool, a New Kids on the Block t-shirt that no one in her family recognizes. It's the last confirmed piece of physical evidence ever recovered. 5 years passed, and 9-year-old Asha Degree, who was into her sports such as basketball, was still not found. A theory was she left home because of a poor performance in a basketball game the Saturday before spurred her to leave was never confirmed. As the years passed, her case became a part of Shelby's identity, and many hoped her case would be solved and she would be found unharmed sooner rather than later. Even if the chances were low, she would be found alive. In May 2016, the FBI released new information in relation to Asha's case. A new poster was released, and a new witness came forward claiming they saw Asha Degree get in a car that looked similar to an early 1970s Lincoln Mark IV or a 1970s Ford Thunderbird, dark green with rust around the wheel wells. On Wednesday, the 11th of September 2024, a possible major break in the case occurred when a vehicle similar to the ones on the FBI poster was found and taken away from one of the Dedmon family properties. On the 13th of September 2024, Roy Lee Dedmon's lawyer held a press conference regarding the disappearance of Asha Degree. His lawyer said the connection between the Dedmons and Asha Degree's disappearance is tenuous at best. The search warrants revealed searches which occurred were at properties the Dedmon family owned. One at 621 Cherryville Road in Shelby, North Carolina, which was Roy Dedmon's home. A second search at another property owned by Roy Dedmon on the same road at 601 Cherryville Road. Connie Dedmon's home was searched at Hawthorne Lane in Shelby, North Carolina, the wife of Roy Dedmon. Annalisa Dedmon, who is known as Annalisa Dedmon Ramirez, the daughter of Roy Dedmon, had her home searched. Another property at 7246 Walnut Wood Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina, was searched and tied to the family. Northbrook Rest Home in Vail, North Carolina, a facility in Lincoln County owned and operated by the Dedmons, was also searched. Roy Dedmon and his wife operated 2 care home facilities, one in Cleveland County, North Carolina, which closed in 2002, and one in Shelby, North Carolina. The one in Shelby was linked to Russell Underhill, who was a person of interest in the Asha Degree investigation. Russell Underhill, who was named in official documents, lived at Northbrook Rest Home around the time Asha Degree disappeared. Investigators had tested 2 items from Asha Degree's bag, which was recovered in 2001, that returned evidentiary results, yielding profiles linked to a daughter of Roy Dedmon, Annalie Dedmon Ramirez, and to Russell Bradley Underhill. The two items from Asha's bag were not revealed by investigators. A hair with a root hair stem on Asha's shirt produced a DNA profile that appeared to match Annalee Dedmon Ramirez. The shirt was found in the backpack. Russell Bradley Underhill died in 2004 at the age of 54. He had lived in assisted living facilities operated by Roy and Connie Dedmon, including the Northbrook Rest Home in Vail, North Carolina, from around 2002 until his death in 2004. The autopsy of Russell Underhill showed that there was evidence he had coronary artery disease, but no report of a confirmed heart attack was in the findings. He had signs of older brain injuries. It showed he had scars on his back that a counselor attributed to prior military service in Vietnam, and no evidence he died of homicide or from any unusual circumstances. Russell Underhill had struggled with mental illness, alcohol and substance abuse, and had died in his Lincolnton apartment alone on or shortly after Christmas Day in 2004. A counselor report also stated that a caregiver reported that another client had threatened to kill Underhill in previous days. Underhill had moved from Cleveland Healthcare to Northbrook Rest Home when Cleveland Healthcare closed down and Connie Dedmon oversaw his medication. Search warrants revealed that a DSS employee told investigators Roy Dedmon would often send his teenage daughter, Lizzie, who was around 16 at the time of Asha's disappearance, to go and pick up patients and transport them to and from Broughton Hospital, which was a psychiatric hospital in Morganton in a green AMC Rambler. On February 18, 2025, news outlets published details from newly unsealed search warrants. The warrants were executed on February 13, 2025, and included seizure of phones and iCloud accounts. Some of the text messages in the warrants dated back to September 2024, which included exchanges among Lizzie Dedmon Foster, Sarah Dedmon Capel, and Annalee Dedmon Ramirez, the daughters of the Dedmons. It was revealed by WBTV that a week after law enforcement searched the Dedmons' properties, in September 2024, a man went to the sheriff's office for an interview with investigators, and he said that he occasionally went to bars and house parties with the three Dedmon girls in the mid-2000s. The man told officers that one time he was at a house party with Lizzie Foster and Dedmon Capel. The man said that he saw Foster visibly upset and intoxicated, and he said that at one point, Foster said, "I killed Asha Degree." The man reported that the Dedmon Capel then became stern and told Foster to shut the fuck up. The man told investigators that Dedmon Capel's behavior caught him off guard that night because he had normally seen her to be calm and nice. The man later told investigators that he was confident in his memory and that he was 100% positive of those moments. In April 2025, another search occurred and was focused on the former Northbrook Elementary School site in Lincoln County, part of an expanded evidence search involving the FBI, SBI, and CCSO. It was directly tied to new forensic and digital leads developed earlier that year, but authorities did not disclose what was recovered. In May 2025, the reward increased from $45,000 to $75,000. In June 2025, the reward was increased again from $75,000 to $100,000. A year has passed since the shocking breakthrough, or perceived breakthrough. Search warrants that occurred on the Dedmon properties, where it seemed arrests would follow, but they did not occur. Persons of interest were named, texts were released, and a car matching a witness description was found, but no charges have come in Asha Degree's case. Hopefully, it's only a matter of playing the waiting game, with investigators needing to build a stronger case with charges to eventually come and for her case to finally be solved.